Reading the understanding of a spiritual balance. The affirmation. It's always great to start it off with an affirmation, even starting your day off with it. For a spiritual balance, the affirmation is, I am a spiritual balance. I am strong, steady, and wise, and I choose to relax and trust. Spiritual balance LightPath. As a spiritual balance, which I am, it's my joyful path. I am a spiritual balance. It's the path that I chose to help me create my life of joy. One of three. Okay? And mine is the joyful spiritual balance. So as a spiritual balance, your gift to the world is showing us how to go with the flow. Your ability to create balance in your life, it inspires us to find balance too. You are dependable, stable, and love harmony. You have a genuine love of people and are warm, friendly, kind-hearted, and generous. Your core energy as a spiritual balance is going with the flow and living with grace. This core energy represents those positive core values deep within you that create the expansion of your energy, that creates the positive, connected feelings. Being a spiritual balance means flowing downstream and not resisting the flow of life. You love harmony and positive environments and know how to create those for yourself and for others. You understand that life can be simple when distractions are eliminated and all of us are flowing downstream. Who am I? Who is the spiritual balance? I respond to the world through my connection to that bigger part of me. When I am connected to what I believe in, I can trust that guidance. I get into difficulty when I don't trust my connection and overthink or allow my heart to get in the way. I need to make time to nourish my connection. I am happiest when I'm going with the flow. I am dependable, stable, and have great poise. When others look at me, they say, she or he has real class, and I'm very proud of that. My greatest gift is that I'm able to go with the flow, and this makes me confident, content, and satisfied with life. For my peace of mind, I need things to run smoothly both at home and at work. I sometimes go overboard in trying to avoid conflict and forget that I can't always please both sides. I sometimes have difficulty coping when there is too much change in my life. I am a deliberate thinker, and change can make me feel stressed, and it usually has a physical impact on my body. When I feel stressed, I withdraw into myself and need to remember to reach out to others for help. I have excellent people skills and a genuine love of people. I am described as warm, friendly, kind-hearted, and generous. This is so. I love beautiful things around me and really appreciate beauty in nature. So true. And anything beautiful for a spiritual balance is right down to their bedding, to their vehicle. Everything, it matters. It matters to a spiritual balance for beauty. That person's individual meaning of beauty. I mostly live in the here and now, and as I go with the flow, I enjoy everything that I do. My relationships, my home, my job, and my community. I feel that it is important to be a model citizen. I don't usually rock the boat and like to honor traditions and law. I have my own clear set of standards and beliefs, but accept the differences of others. I don't make fuss or invent problems. Well, I have to say I'm that now, but as I was growing up, Yeah. Yeah, I was a little spitfire, that's for sure. I I really did think that the way I viewed the world was the way that it was, and everyone else was wrong. I didn't realize the uncomfortable feeling I was giving people, the stubbornness. But looking back, I was very stubborn, so stubborn. But as I'm learning, and I don't regrets, and I'm not dwelling on it by no means at all. I have no regrets what I've done in my life, the experiences, as people called mistakes. To me, there's no mistake. It's an experience. They're all an experience. It's not who I am. Those were experiences that I went through that helped me to keep recognizing that I do want to be a good person and I want to live a beautiful life. And that's what the soul path work can help you with. So what am I doing here for spiritual balance? My joy comes from going with the flow. As I find balance and equilibrium in my own life, this has a positive influence on others around me. I love harmony and can usually see both sides of an issue as I easily understand another's perspective and feelings. This helps me easily to competently settle misunderstandings and restore calm. I like to bring others together and gather them around me, and am especially fond of children and animals. I am also a great team player and am non-judgmental and relaxed, but do expect others to live honorable lives. I'd like to share what I've learned too is that detachment really helps me to be a spiritual balance. Always remembering that I don't have the answer to everything, and that's okay. I am not here to fix someone else's drama or situations. And in order for me not to do that is to stay detached, to allow. Detachment means honoring yourself and honoring the other person or group, whatever it may be. Because you know what happens when you get into someone else's lane. Same thing that happens with people. It just staying detached, being your best self. You'll see and feel and hear the next best step for you to take. And always remember, when you do take your next best step from a place of light, feeling energy, it's a positive impact on those around you without you even intruding on them. So there are some characteristics that go with the spiritual balance soul path, and that is genuine love of people, warm, friendly, kind-hearted. My balance has a positive influence on others. Love beautiful things. Model citizen. Don't rock the boat. Not anymore. I'd say that. Dependable and stable. Great team player. Appreciate beauty in nature, most certainly. Own clear set of standards and beliefs. Accept differences of others. Non-judgmental. So who is the spiritual balance? People with a spiritual soul path are inherently strong, steady, and aware. You are spiritual observers who are wise, have faith, and are mystical explorers. Your superpower is your extrasensory perception. Special gifts and greatness of the spiritual balance soul path lives with non-resistance and balance, one who is good with people. So let's read the meaning of what we believe for non-resistance, for our meaning of non-resistance for spiritual balance. The spiritual balance is someone who lives with non-resistance, one who does not struggle and goes with the flow. You adapt to change and easily accept daily life changes. You let things happen and don't waste time trying to control the uncontrollable. You are laid back and easygoing and don't unnecessarily push up against others. The spiritual balance believes that the natural flow of life creates happiness. Going with the flow, not only struggling against everything, is an incredible life skill. The spiritual balance understands how to live a happy life filled with acceptance. So a moment by moment awareness. Some may view this as being weak, when in fact, it is a wisdom that few understand. You just know how to flow and live with non-resistance. You live within your own clear set of standards and beliefs. You do honor traditions and the law, and choose to be a model citizen who doesn't rock the boat. Well, I can say I choose to do that now, maybe not so much when I was a teenager, but like I said earlier, it's a life experience. That's all it is. Balance. Understanding this meaning of balance. One of the gifts of a spiritual balance is being able to create balance in your own life and helping others to find balance too. You have a peaceful and calm energy that naturally affects others. You love beautiful things and appreciate the beauty in nature. You live in the here and now and enjoy everything that you do. Your balance and grace have a positive influence on others around you. You need to be discerning about what you want to expand your energy on, though. You may have a tendency to overcommit to a life that is too busy. You often require time. Just be. And this brings harmony and equilibrium into your life. Too much change creates stress for you. As much as possible, you need to keep change manageable. And when change is inevitable, plan ahead and give yourself time to understand and feel comfortable. People for a spiritual balance. The spiritual balance has great poise. You have charm and sincerity, and this makes you a really, really good people person. You have a genuine love of people, have excellent people skills, and are especially fond of children and animals. So this is something that a path that I chose to come in and experience. Me looking back on my life, I do love people. I've always loved people. I know I need them, and it's the deal that we came here for. So we would not be able to have our soul's evolution without others. As a spiritual balance and me looking back, it's important to me to have people around me. But now, as I am learning and choosing, it's people who share the same values and understanding. Those who also want to make a difference, but also would like their life to be beautiful, with the tools to help them when the rabbit holes are happening or making mountains out of molehills. You are confident, content, and satisfied with life. You love life. I love life. Absolutely. And are warm, friendly, and kind-hearted. You are dependable and you are stable. You love harmony and bringing people together and are a great team player. The spiritual balance is very unsettled by disharmony and loud voices. Yes, I have a life experience of that, and I can say that it is true. It can create a lot of disharmony and anxiety. And you thrive when you live in an environment filled with peacefulness. You really need things to run smoothly. Although you do love people, you can take time to warm up to, though. That's okay. Until trust is earned, you may keep yourself and be a little difficult to get to know. You just keep yourself out. Sit back tight. You just naturally take your time to weigh things up. You do have an uncanny ability to understand another's perspective and feelings and acceptance of the difference of others by being non-judgmental. More spiritual balance tools. Here's some light switch questions. Questions to ask yourself to actively engage your spiritual balance. First question, what would help this flow? Second question, how can I regain my balance? RX, prescriptive action that you can take to trigger your spiritual balance. Get in the flow with meditating. And meditating, yes, taking the time. Meditating can be just focusing on your breath. For me, I like walking and listening to music. That's meditative. Dancing. I always dance. Every day I'm dancing. I'm dancing around our place. I Zumba. It's a meditation for me. And as well, the journaling that I do every morning. Every morning I journal. And that is a meditation for me. For in it, I write my I am statements. Second, engage your body in flow with walking and dancing. I love dancing. I just do. So spiritual balance in a nutshell. Non-resistance, balance, and people. Your superpower, extrasensory perception. Spiritual, observer, faith, wise, explorer. Some beautiful souls that have passed over who were spiritual balance, who chose to live and experience life as a spiritual balance. Johnny Cash, yeah. Freddie Mercury, for sure. And Prince. Isn't that spectacular? That was the light paths of a spiritual balance. Now I'm going to read the dark path of a spiritual balance. As the universe is and the Tao, yin, yang. It's light, there's dark. They are a perfect balance. That's what that means. And SolePath offers the tools to help assist you. So the who and what is the spiritual balance dark path? Remembering always, the dark path is a mastered skill, something you are very familiar with that has a been there, done that energy about it. And it often feels unfulfilling and frustrating. But dark paths are a continuum, and you are just as likely to connect with light paths as the dark paths. The dark path description gives you the full picture, but you won't necessarily be the person. Be aware of those things that occur regularly that you need to work on. It's okay. As a dark spiritual balance, you're just as likely to live with non-resistance, find balance in your life, and be good with people, all of the same light path characteristics, as you are to take on the collapsing behavior. So who is the dark path spiritual balance? The core energy for the dark spiritual balance is being unable to make a decision. You don't commit to anything or anyone and have no remorse for letting others down. Trying to get a decision out of a dark spiritual balance is like trying to grab a handful of water. I will let you down as I am unable to make a decision. Ever. I look at all sides of an issue unendingly and never stand for anything. Am never committed to anything. I cannot understand your side because I cannot make a decision and am afraid of offending anyone. I change my mind with whatever new piece of information comes in, and you will never know where you stand with me. You can never rely on me for anything. Knowing me is like trying to grab a hold of a handful of water, and I feel no remorse for letting you down, whatever the consequences are for you. It's your fault. You asked me to hold the ladder, even though I am the one that got distracted and walked away. So that is who the dark path spiritual balance is. So other negative characteristics, I resist change as I can't cope with it. I use physical illness to manipulate you. Usually a headache, and withdrawn to my own world with no regard for the impact it has on you. I tend towards obsessive compulsive behavior. So some other dark balance characteristics: avoid of offending, afraid of offending. They don't avoid, they're afraid of offending. Need things to run smoothly, unable to make decisions. Feel no remorse, withdraw from others. Never rely on me for anything. Difficulty coping with change. Use physical illness to manipulate. More pieces of your dark path puzzle. Dark path need. Need to do only what suits me, demanding that I deserve a break. Antidote: make and keep a promise. Start small. Consider the impact of your unreliability and letting others down. Your dark fear: I am not reliable. I am not intelligent, and I can make myself sick. Dark path identity: I am overlooked. Dark path subconscious reaction: I avoid and won't make decisions. So I read the light path spiritual balance, and this was the dark path spiritual balance. And always remembering that this is a mastered skill. Every dark path is a mastered skill, and it serves you in this lifetime. It is an awareness, and it has within it questions and tools that you can use to reach for your light path.